Hello, 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 Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Patricia here, and I am getting ready to do a video today on the Bistro Burger Bundle. Excited about this bundle. I love it. It would make great invitations to a barbecue or to 4th of July picnic or, all kinds of different things. And well, I'll probably do a few of them, but this is the one I'm going to start with, or the one that I've got below here is the one I'm going to start with today. And remember, a bundle is a stamp set and a die set. And so we are going to look at the two of these. And yes, this would fit into a mini stamp and cut and emboss machine. So just so you know there, that by the way is on page 66. This is in the new catalog. If you do not have this catalog and would like it, please let me know. You can contact me through any of the various ways listed below and let me know that you need one. I do ask, of course, that you intend to make me your demonstrator in order to send you a catalog, but I will be more than happy to do that for you. So the card that we are going to make, as I said, is from the Bistro Burger stamp and die set, bundle. And let's look at it. I've already got some of these pulled out. These are the dies. And I love this little flame. It's got to go in there somehow or other. There we go. But you'll see that there's like a charcuterie board, your burger, a pickle. Don't remember what. This is the fries. Knife. If you wanted to do like a banner, you could do that. A cupcake or something here. The little banner, if you want that rather than these two. This is the handle of the knife and that you could use to make the handle of the knife. I'm not even sure what this one is. We'll have to see if we can figure that out. But anyway, here it is. I did think I have several new people lately, so I thought I would show you how I transfer the labels to the stamp sets. So first of all, I pull off the backing of that, and then I go to the back of the label for it. And what I do, there's a little slit here in the middle, and I pull up those corners and give them a little bit of a crease so that when I pull it off of this sheet and put it on the block, so I pull both, then I can catch a hold of that. So I'm going to pull that off. And as you can see, I have all of the labels now, so I'm going to throw that away. I'm going to put this on here, and I try to just do it as... Now, if I were to try and put that label on there without this backing on there, I could have a total mess. So do not try to take the backing off before you put it on your card or your block. Okay, then I pull off my pieces. Then I want to make sure I've got it the correct direction. I'll move that stuff. And line it up as carefully as you can, because once you've touched it, once you've touched that die, that stamp set, it is attached and you cannot unattach it. It is very, very, very sticky. I'm trying to do this without getting my head right over it. There we go. And now I am ready to stamp with my stamp. However, I'm not ready to use it, so I'm going to pull it off of the block, and I am going to put it right here. Now, people have asked me why I keep the border in here. I'll tell you why. One, because it's easy to see if I'm missing some stamps, okay? The other reason is it just keeps it organized. And I can tell at a glance without, I could go to the front and see, oh, I'm supposed to have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm missing 2. I don't even have to do that. I just know that I'm missing 2. It is not a bad idea. There's supposed to be 15 in the dies. I could, again, count them, or I could take a permanent marker. Where's my permanent marker? And of course it's not here, but take a permanent marker and outline each of these, because then I know where they go and I know what's missing. I just haven't done that on this one. Okay, so let's put that aside for now, and we're going to look at the card that we're going to make. I have a crumb cake base, and I've got my card or piece on the inside. This is 8.5 by 5.5. It's half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet, folded in the middle at 4 1/4. And this one then is 4 by 5 1/4. And this is going to be my inside piece. To be honest, I can write on here, so I don't have to put this inside, but I just kind of like it. It gives it a little more stability, etc. Then I've got some, I took these, let me get these off of here for a minute, and I put a little bit of ink on my, this is the Birchwood 3D embossing folder. This is a new one. It's huge. It's so nice though, because you could emboss a full half sheet of paper. Let me put this in here and show you. If I wanted to emboss that whole thing, look at that, the whole thing fits in there. So it could emboss that whole thing. I don't want to get ink on it, and I do have a little bit left. But what I did is I opened up my embossing folder. I took my ink, my early espresso is the one that I'm using, and I simply inked this up. Now, you can decide which one you want to ink up. Okay, I did that. Then I put it in here. I don't want to move it. Now, I used oh my goodness, what is the name of that? Crumb cake, cardstock. I put it in there and ran it through the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. Now, I've got ink on there, so, but then what I did is I needed to decide which one did I like better. Here we go. So as you can see, there's all different kinds of looks depending on what you ink and where you put your cardstock. And I think this, which one was it that I wanted to use? I think I'll go with this one. Okay, but just play around with that. Run it through your embossing machine and go for the one that works for you. I think this was the one I liked. Okay, so we're going to put this on our card base. And it is, again, and you can see there's ink on the back of it as well because I didn't clean it. It didn't really matter you know, where I got that ink, because one side was going to be glued down. Okay. People often ask which ink or which adhesive do I prefer. I really sort of like the green glue. Now, it's actually called Tombow Multi Mono Liquid Glue, but we call it green glue. Can you guess why? It's a little easier to say. All right. Then I cut this banner. Now, this is from the Nested Essentials dies. And this is one of those that, oh my goodness, it is so extremely versatile. There are some dies that you just want to keep. You know, this will stay in my stash forever because I've got the rounded corners here, I've got the long shapes, I've got the little banners, and it's just so easy to run through. Now, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it. I'll show you how we colored this in just a few minutes. I'm going to put that on there. I have some flames. Now, I will tell you that I did this the opposite of the way that flames usually are. The red usually is at the top. The orange would still be in the middle and the yellow on the bottom. If you go look at flames, you would see that. But I just kind of liked the yellow on top. And you know what? It's my card. I can do what I want with it, right? All right, we're going to put something like this. Whoops. And look at my little hot pepper there. I'm going to put that over on the side. And then on the inside, I'm going to put this. Now, let me show you how I made all of these. For one, I took the die for the flame. Let me see if it's in my box still. Yes, okay. It should be, I remember. Okay, so I cut this out on my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I cut out my pepper, it's supposed to be a hot pepper, I think. And then I cut out my burger. So let me show you the burger. We are going to, somewhere here I have, this goes on the inside, so I'm going to put that in there. There's my envelope, so I don't forget to decorate that. Oh, there's the inside of that. Here's my burger. I had a piece of cardstock here just a minute ago. Ah, I found it. Nope, that wasn't it. Okay, I had, we'll grab another one. How's that? Oh, I just found it. Okay, so I decided to stamp and did you notice I lay this on its side? That way the ink comes to the end much quicker. Now I could put it upside down in my little adhesive holder, but sideways works for me and then it doesn't gush out too much. Okay, so I'm going to take my my burger, and this is with my early espresso. Okay, and stamp that. Looks nice. I am going to close up my ink so I don't get my hands in that. And then I am going to take some of my blends markers, and I am going to color my burger. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have the 500 and 600. I believe I used those. I have the light cherry cobbler, the light old olive, and the light, oh, it wasn't Pool Party I used. I don't believe. Maybe it was Pool Party. Now, people ask, can you use your markers? Absolutely, you can use your markers. I just love the way blends work, and I'll show you that on the flame here in a few minutes. But we are going to go with the, let's see, 500, I believe. You can always test to see which is darker before you start drawing. And I believe we're going to use this one. And the easiest thing to do is to just go where the lines are. Okay? So where you see all of the lines, just color on them. I'm not going to color the whole thing here, guys. I'm just going to show you what I did. Okay? So I'm going to color all the little lines. And notice I'm not even staying on them necessarily. I'm just giving them color. Okay? Now, you can use whichever end works for you. If I wanted to, I could go, oops, to the brush end. Won't give me as much noise, maybe. Can you hear that? Or not as well as you can hear when I use the chisel end. All right, so got to color all of my bits and pieces on my burger. Okay. And the nice thing about coloring is that it really doesn't take all that long. And when I go outside the lines, which you see I've done there and there, it's really not a big deal. I do not worry about it. Okay, now I'm going to color in all the white spaces. And I did use these backwards, but it doesn't matter because I've already got my hamburger colored. Should have done it the other way, and I had even tested the color, so I should have gone 500 first for all my little shadow pieces, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's ink and paper, right? Okay, so I do want to be gentle on that paintbrush end because I don't want to ruin it. Okay, I use it gently because it is a paintbrush, so to speak. So there we go. Okay, it's not a bad burger, even so, even though I messed it up. Okay, then I'm going to go to my light pool party. I really do think I used another color on here, but I'm not going to worry about it. And, whoops, let me see if the other end is a little better. Okay, I'm going to color my lettuce. Okay, and I am going to color my pickles. And I need some more lettuce down here. Oh, wrong end again. You can tell which end is which. Okay, so more lettuce. Down here. And my tomatoes. And I love that you can see through them. There we go. Okay. And then simply, I said I wasn't going to color the whole thing, and then I did. It's addicting, I tell you. You get into it and you can't quit. All right. I do have a little bit more white in there to fill out, so I guess I didn't actually fill it out. And then cut it out. Now, I am going to raise it up, so I did put dimensionals on the back of it. There are two ways that you can do the flame. So I am going to, let's just color some at the top. Okay. And some, so that was my light cherry cobbler. This is my dark pumpkin pie. And whoops, I do want the brush in. And we're going to put some of that in here. Okay, again, don't push too hard. I just almost was pushing a little hard. And then here is my dark mango melody. Okay, so I'm giving myself some good color. And then I can take my flame. I pulled it out and then I put it back right on there. Now, I haven't gone far enough on this, or tall enough, so I need to add some more color. And to be honest, I think I'm going to put some light up here at the top of this and this one. Okay, and I need about another inch over here, and then I can cut it out. The other option is to simply cut it out and then color it. Now, that's what I did on this one, okay? It doesn't matter how you decide to do it, but one thing that you can be sure to do, and I didn't do a really good job of it, whoops, I want this one, I do want the chisel end, is to give that flame a little bit of these. This is moving, okay? Whoops. So I want to have a little bit of that movement. I want to have a little bit of this movement. Okay, so it's not very still because your flames are moving. And if I do that, I give it some movement with my strokes of my pen, then it looks a little less rigid. All right, let's go back to our card and let's start putting everything together. Now, I could ink the edges of this, and you know what? Just because you can ink them in all different ways, but I think I will just run this across my ink pad. It doesn't give it much if you do it that way. It just gives it the tiniest little bit, but it's a little bit. I don't need much. Now that's going to get ink on my fingers, as you can see. So I am going to use my, what you call this thing? Simply Chamois. I can never think of the name of it. And wipe my fingers off. All right, let's put some glue on here. You can see I got it on the back too. And we are going to, what's the matter, puppies? Put some glue. Put this down somewhere around there. And I got some ink on here. I'm not going to worry about it because most of it's going to be all covered up anyway. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my, I've already put my dimensionals on the back of my burger. Okay. Go up there. I've put dimensionals on the back of my flame. So I'll take those off. And put that just about there, except I want it a little bit straighter. There we go. I'm going to take a dimensional off of the back, or the covering off of the back of my hot pepper, because I need a hot pepper, don't you know? Okay. And then what I did for this, if you notice, where did it go? It's all one piece. You're kind of a big deal. So I stamped it, and I stamped it in my cherry cobbler, and then I cut off the bottom, and I actually just cut all around the edge of my sentiment so that, let me pull that a little bit to the edge there. There we go. And cut out the bottom part of it to put on the inside. It just seemed to work for me. You don't have to do that. I just like it. So that's what I did. And it gives me an any, if you will, sentiment. Now, there are other, let me put this on there. There are other sentiments in this set. I think we will put it like right there. You're kind of a, there's Happy Birthday, Dad, and one second. Time to celebrate. Here's to a great guy. You're kind of a big deal, and Happy Father's Day. Okay, I thought there was a Happy Birthday. Happy Father's Day. Oh, well. One of those. Okay, so we have everything on there looking good. I think everything's glued down. Yes, it is. This then is my inside, you know, where I can sign. Okay. And I'm going to put this in. Just be sure. The nice thing about the glue is, the liquid glue, is that you've got time. If you don't get it exactly where you want it, you've got some time to move it. Whereas if you use like the tape runner, you can move it, but boy, it's not easy. So I prefer the liquid glue, just my personal preference. Then you want to make sure that you've got it going the correct direction. You don't want to put your sentiment in here like this. You want to be sure it's going the correct direction. And then I do not want to put dimensionals. You know what? I have a tiny little bit of that needs to come off. There we go. Okay. Probably nobody would even see it. I see it because I haven't glued it down. Okay, a little bit of glue on there. You don't need to put a lot of glue, guys. Just a tiny little bit. Okay. You're kind of a big deal. And I like it up in that corner because then it's right there. Isn't that just the cutest? I love it. Now, I could have come down just a little bit further, but I kept, when I was trying to lay everything out, getting into this, so I put it up a little too high, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm not worried about it. I like it the way it is. And did you guys see my sign? I made this last year, and I kept forgetting to use it. Oh, and we haven't done our envelope. What was I thinking? So I'm going to open back up. Now, I'm not going to color my burger on the envelope. I'm just going to put it there. Okay. Like that. There we go. And then my card and my envelope are ready to go. How cool is that? I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you've learned something. I will make some more cards with this stamp and die bundle. We will probably even do a stamps, ink, and paper, which means very simple. No die cutting, no, we'll put the flames on there maybe we'll color them, but we won't cut anything out because I know there are a lot of people who do not have the die cutting machine or a die cutting machine. And you still want to be able to use this set, but you don't want to have to cut them out, Okay, then we need to clean all of our dies, our stamps. So I am using the Stampin' Chamois. This one was fairly new. And we'll dirty it up because, you got to dirty it up. You got to show that you're using it, right? By the way, if you don't have this wet, it's not going to clean very well. This one is as hard as a rock, okay? So what I do to soften it up is put it in a little tub of water. This one I have already softened up, and then just simply wring it out, okay? There we go. And now it's ready to go in, and this one, it's ready to go in a die cut case or die case, stamp case. Hello. And I just leave it in there to soak until it's, this one right when I started was the same hard that this one is now. Takes, about 5 minutes or so, and it will soften up very nicely and go in its own case. And yes, I have several of these. One is to travel with, one is to have in this work area, another work area in my house. I know I'm terrible. But anyway, there we go. If you would, I would so appreciate a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would so very much appreciate that. And share this video with any crafting friends. That would just make my day. Thank you so much. Have a really, really good weekend, and or whenever it is that you're watching this, a really good day. Everybody's got to have a day, right? All right. Thank you so much. Have a great one, and I will see you next time.